making a video in the early eve, which is unusual for me. We had a fun day, and I was looking through the database, and I stumbled on a Blitz game with Cobra International Master, rating 2657 online, and the year 2000. And we had a very wild tactical game. Again, maybe not altogether sound, but we created enough complications to, um, you know, make it strange and confuse my opponent. Uh, this is a recipe I like just to play solid. And he went here and bishop e3 and go for the temptation. So we attack this pawn straight away, of course. A simple standard move would be d6. Maybe e5 comes there. But okay, what's the automatic move for a strong player that's not afraid to gobble the material? You know he's gonna go here. And now I took this one and I said, go ahead, take the rook. Long-term compensation. We got the dark bishop. That's the point. We got to get out of the way. He took it, and then he played the strangest move in the world. Why he didn't castle is beyond me. I guess he felt, I was going to go h3, and maybe he didn't realize he had d6 there. d6, and then bishop d4, and then e5. I have to go bishop c3 to maintain the tension. And then when he moves his knight away, maybe I'm going to play knight h2. And try to get in f4 and make contact with that pawn on e5. If he goes, I think he should probably reinforce it with f6. And then maybe I have to prepare some d4 some way. I think that was the best way to, to hunker down and defend. But rook g8. Rook g8, he says, you're not coming into g7. Strange idea. Okay, so we hit him once. We hit him twice. And then he moved into the middle. And now what? Well, the king is on e8, and let's start putting the pieces up. Trying to. Now he played the weirdest move I've ever seen in my life. You couldn't pick this one out of a hat. I mean, this is a real lottery. I mean, the odds of me playing this move probably the same as hitting a Powerball. I mean, he went a5. I think. I mean, because he didn't have a square for the c8 bishop. You see, he's thinking logically. He probably has to start evacuating. I know it's strange to play king f8, but already with the knight on d5, rook g8, this construction with rook on e1, it's already probably gone, right? So now I just have to complete the attack. And this is, well, I'm going to cover this so you can't see it. This is a super strong move, right? Now I'm just threatening to go knight d6, takes, pawn takes, king f8, knight takes h7, checkmate, right? So he comes up with radical defense. It's kind of a nice move, actually. I mean, it doesn't work. The attack is too strong no matter how you slice it, but if you had to find a defensive move, what would you do? Right? It's kind of clever. His point is he wants to blockade the E file. So he found this one. So that whatever happens, if I come in, I don't think it works, but but at least he's going to guard with knight e6 to cover the E line when I go and sacrifice something. Kind of clever, right? So what do I do? I think everything's winning. I can just take knight h7, and it's still a knight f6. He's going to have to play I don't know what he's supposed to do there, because I'm knight h7, and even if he goes knight e6, I have knight f6, knight on e to f6. Pawn takes knight, knight takes, and the bishop is cutting off the king. So knight h7 is gone. But I thought a nasty idea would be to kill this knight. Now there are no knight e6s. And the attack still rages on. So he tried to get away. We snapped that one. And now, another nice blow. e6 check, right? If he takes on h7, it's knight g5, king h6, knight takes f7 is easily winning. Probably mate somewhere too, with a rook e4. But, you know, gobbling the queen and then taking the knight on c7 doesn't suck either. So he went f6, and now knight takes pawn. Kill the defense. Entrez-vous. And he moved the queen, and now it's a nice forced mate. Queen f6, queen h4, only one box, and bishop d4. Queen f6. I like this game. It's a spicy little game against a good player. And you know, you have these imbalances where you have a dark bishop and they don't. It's always good enough for a 3-minute game. Yeah, in a long game, you'd have to be careful. You'd have to be careful, because in reality, you know, this is objectively better for black. He probably just has to find, and I can move this down now, and we'll just do a little analysis here. Yeah, I don't know, you know, I guess he was seeing ghosts, and then this one, d6. This is the key. And now if I lose my bishop, I certainly don't have enough compensation, so I have to keep it. And then this one here. And now the computer's saying hg4, ed4, knight. That would never happen. So I would drop back this way to keep the bishop. And now either knight f6 or knight h6. I mean, knight h6 certainly fine. And then I'm going to go knight h2. But let's say he just played the human. I just want to see what this looks like. Oh, this is even worse. You see? So it's all, this knight is very strong. Maybe, I wonder why it was saying knight h6 is superior. Knight h6. Okay, knight h2. And look at this. Okay, none of us are going to play this way. None of us are playing this way. But it's so clever to clamp down on f4. And that way it kills all the counterplay. So I'm going at d4 after. Now I have to d4 f6. And definitely black is winning. So the sack really wasn't sound. If I have to play this one, okay, maybe here, a bishop e6. No, maybe this is the way to go, just to go target this one. Maybe it's not as horrible as, oh, this is hanging. Rook a1. But yeah, okay, black is up 1 pawn. Kind of funny that, you know, black is up substantial material, but evaluation is still under a pawn and actually going down. So I guess it's imbalanced enough. I would have to find this line where I give away the dark bishop, which is counterintuitive. But I guess once you see that the dark squares are squished, that I'm not able to break through, especially in the line with knight f6, knight h2, knight h5 covering. I mean, g5 is out of this world. But you know, like I said, spicy enough to confuse my opponent. Rook g8 was very special, and well, you saw what happened. Okay, that's it for a night review. Okay, y'all. Check you later.